This video is going to go over two plays of the same RPO that the Kansas City Chiefs ran against the Steelers this Christmas. It was a Slant-Bubble RPO, and it was really effective both versus middle field open, middle field closed. So this first example is going to be middle field closed. So what we mean by that is simply, two safeties here, right? And then we got a nickel to the field. So the run action is going this way. So they're blocking this, the O-line is blocking zone to the right. And so that places the read right here. So we're always thinking about numbers when we're thinking about RPOs, because RPOs are simply a tool, in my opinion, to either fix the numbers problem that the defense gives us in the run box or take advantage of just open space, open receivers. So these RPOs do a little bit of both, but when I say these RPOs, the ones that we're looking at today, but primarily they fix the numbers problem. So in an open structure, right, there's two high safeties. That means there's one less defender near the run box. However, that doesn't mean that the defense automatically isn't able to account for all the gaps that you show, right? So with 5 offensive linemen, we have 6 gaps available to us. And since we're handing off to the running back, right, we just have 6, not like anybody else is blocking. They're running a Slant-Bubble RPO. So Kelsey here, tight end, is running a bubble. And he is, this receiver here is running the slant. So that means that we can block 5 and 6 defenders would be a problem. Since the run action is going this way, right, to the right, the O-line is going to be responsible for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They're going to leave this man unblocked, and they're going to leave this man unblocked. Really, I actually think that I think on this front side, they do end up blocking this man. So they can block him, and then he's going to take most dangerous. This defender, or this receiver right here, is going to take most dangerous between these two. So they're leaving one of these two unblocked. And so that means that this really is the unblocked defender that quarterback is going to be reading. So the read is pretty simple. It's a space read. It's a fit read, whatever you want to think about it, or however you want to think about it. But essentially, if he fits in the run, right, if he fits, he would be the 6th man who we cannot block. If he gets out of there, well, we have the numbers all matched up. We can block these 5. We're blocking him. He's blocking him. So we are blocking, 6 for 6 or 5 for 5, however you want to think about it there. If he is to fit, then we have this slant coming right into that window. These two guys, right, are pretty far off the ball, right? He's about 7 or 8-ish, then he's, 11-ish or so. So that's where we're kind of looking at the RPOs as space and numbers. We're able to fix both. So they're not much of a factor because they are from depth. If he was to come fitting later, then we would probably be good if we blocked up everybody and get enough yards before he can go and make the tackle. So let's go ahead and watch this play out. So as you can see, that defender right there, that weak side linebacker, I believe his number is 50. This guy right here, he is going to get out of there. He's kind of keyed in on Kelsey getting out into the flat, so he leaves and doesn't even really seem like Pat Mahomes is even watching him too much, but they've obviously got a concept called on the backside. So you'd have to imagine that is a read for him to take. That is the read if he was reading it out, but his ball mechanics, right, he's just kind of handing it off with the one hand, is pretty lackadaisical. So it's hard to tell if he's actually reading it or he just knows, hey, we're going to be good, he's going to get out of there. As you can see also on the back end, the middle of the field's open structure holds true. They are maintaining that structure. Also paying attention to the front side here with number 9 receiver blocking that nickel. Nickel gets out of the run box, does himself a disservice, right? You'd think we have bad leverage, but he gets out of there. Juju's able to maintain a good block on that. And then who ends up making the tackle, right? It's going to be that front side linebacker and then the safety coming down. So the right guard is still, responsible for him. He gets up there, doesn't really able to maintain or finish the block, but at the end of the day, he's hesitant and we're getting up there, 5, 6, 7 yards or so. So still a really effective run, and you can see the stress of the pass concept to the left side, right, to the back side, pulling that weak side inside linebacker out of the run box, leaving us a pretty clean look of an RPO in action. The second example is going to be a different formation, different really personnel grouping or different way they block it up, and it's going to be against middle field closed. So here we have the tight end here on the left side, and then he's going to motion across, and he's going to stay in the blocking scheme. So he's going to be he's going to be like a sixth blocker, right? We're still handing the ball off. They're still running zone, this time just zone to the left, blocking it up with the 6. So if we've got 6 blockers, we're presenting 7 gaps to the defense. Therefore, 7 defenders in the run box would be a problem. They'd be able to account for all the gaps, and we wouldn't be able to block one of them. Now, a key difference that we are seeing as opposed to the last time is the middle of the field closed structure. So right here, closed safety, another safety's down, whether it's him, whether he's the down safety and we're in different personnel, 3 linebackers, whatever the case is, we've got 7 in the run box. So it's middle field closed, and then the Chiefs are going to do a motion here with the tight end over across, just another way for the quarterback to get some data. Right, so because this linebacker or whatever position this defender is, he travels with him. We see closed, and then we also see the man go over. We can assume it's going to be a middle field closed man structure. So as we talked about at the beginning, when middle field open, 2 safeties high, that means those 2 safeties aren't in the run box, even if they are in the run fit. Here, we know that, okay, they travel with him, so that means they're going to be able to have 1 extra man down in the run box or the run fit, however you want to think about it. Because it's man 2, we know that everybody outside that run box is going to be locked in their receivers. So what it tells us is that they aren't a part of the immediate run fix, right? Obviously, once they see run, or if they happen to see run, then they're going to trigger and they're going to go try to tackle the guy, right? But their first responsibility in man coverage is going to be locked in on these receivers, right? And then this guy is just playing, he's playing zone, but he's deep, really far away, right? It's a space issue too. He has a space disadvantage because he is, 15, 16, 17 yards off the ball. Not really worried about him in the run fit, even though he'll obviously come down and try to make a tackle once he sees that it's a run. So quarterback sees it's closed, knows that there's going to be a threat of a 7th defender because he is near the box, right, rather than being high. Then we see man, he knows for sure, okay, these guys are going to be out of the run fit. So I definitely have a numbers problem, offensively speaking, right? We got 6 blockers, and then we're going to have 7 defenders in the run box area, in the run fit, right? Because even this defender who is over Kelsey, right, when he sees Kelsey's blocking, right, he's going to go and engage in the run. So the Chiefs also have that same slant bubble here. So he's running the bubble, he's running the slant, and Pat, you can tell by the way of his mechanics, knows this. Whether he's thinking about it the same way that I'm thinking about it or not, he knows that he has a run problem, or he knows that this is probably going to be available. Slant bubble is already a good concept versus man or any sort of closed structure because we're just putting him in a bind. If he goes out, right, we're going to have that slant window. The Chiefs just happen to pair it with the run. They give quarterback here, Pat Mahomes, an option. He can either hand it off or he can throw it. This could be just quick game, right? I mean, he could tell, hey, you go block and anybody if they blitz anybody or whatever, and I'm just going to take this and throw. It doesn't even really need to mesh, just because of the defensive structure. But this is a benefit of the RPO, right? Chiefs call in from the sideline a run play, attach a little RPO tag. If there's a numbers problem or if it's just a good look, Pat here can take advantage of it. So once again, RPOs, not just about fixing the numbers problem, but also just about attacking space if they give it to us. It's especially advantageous, right, when we're facing a numbers issue. There's 7 defenders here. We can't block 7. We only have 6. So what are we going to do? Bubble, slant, we'll be able to throw that thing. So is it really a read of does he fit or not? No, it's not a read, right? Because he would be the 8th defender. This would be the 7th defender. Is it a read if he fits or not? Yes, it is kind of, right? Because if he were to just get out of there, we obviously wouldn't want to be throwing this. But it's man, it's middle field closed, man, So there's going to be 7. He's probably locked in, so we can confirm he gets in, but we can feel pretty confident that we're going to be able to throw this ball. So let's go ahead and watch Pat here work this play out. So there it is, slant. Pay special attention to that guy over Kelsey. He is going to this guy right here. He is already coming down, and he comes down even more, and he's not doing anything, not covering anybody, and we have the window. Paying special attention to the nickel too, or the down safety, whoever that might be, over the number 2 receiver, right? What does he do? He's going to immediately advance out with the bubble, and we're throwing the slant behind his head. Let's watch also from the end zone angle, and we're going to be able to see Pat Mahomes' mechanics even better here, right? So his mechanics really tell me that he knows what's going on and that he feels pretty confident that he's going to be able to throw this. This looks drastically different than the mechanics that we saw last time. Catches it right there. It doesn't look like he's engaging in a mesh at all, whether that's because he's looking at 25 come down, whether just he feels pretty confident about it, whatever it is. Barely flips his hips, gets the ball, bullet. So this is a great example of middle field closed. Both these plays, good examples of middle field closed, middle field open, same slant bubble RPO, and what they look like together, right? And how they both fix the numbers problem, whether that means we're fixing the numbers problem or, just living with the numbers that we have by handing it off or throwing it as we do here.